Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And for the third and possibly final time, but that's not guaranteed, we're going back to the Pulse Tour, Pink Floyd in 1994, and we're going to check out High Hopes, which was one of their better-known tracks off that album Division Bell. Of course, the album came out in March of 94. The show happened in October. High Hopes was written by Gilmour and Polly Sampson. She did a lot of the lyric writing in the later years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Gilmour was always kind of more comfortable with somebody else writing the lyrics. He's a master at so many things. Doesn't need to be a master of everything.
Exactly. He's good enough on the guitar.
So the album itself, I mean, at the time it kind of got low reviews, but I think people were still saying, you were putting out Wish You Were Here. And, this is not Wish You Were Here. This is far, far inferior. But actually, I kind of like the track myself. It's grown on me over time. Granted, I don't listen to Division Bell very often, but this is one track that I do hear every now and again. So, Adrian, you haven't heard the track before, you think?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And, of course, you haven't seen much of this Pulse Tour yet, so you haven't seen this.
Not a lot.
Well, very good. Why don't we just dive right into it and see what we think.
Really.
Right, I think we'll get straight on with it. This is called High Hopes. Beyond the horizon of the place we lived when we were young, in a world of magnets and miracles, our thoughts strayed constantly and without boundary. The ringing of the division bell had begun. Along the long road and on down the causeway, did they still meet there by the cut? There was a ragged man that followed in our footsteps, running before time took our dreams away, leaving the myriad small creatures trying to tie us to the ground, to a life consumed by slow decay. The grass was green, the light was bright, with friends surrounding, the nights of wonder. Looking beyond the embers of bridges glowing behind us, to a glimpse of how green it was on the other side. Steps taken forwards, but sleepwalking back again, dragged by the force of some inner tide. At a higher altitude, with flag unfurled, we reach the dizzy heights of that dreamed of world. encumbered forever by desire and ambition. There's a hunger still unsatisfied. Our weary eyes still stray to the horizon, though down this road we've been so many times. The grass was greener, the light was brighter, the taste was sweeter, the nights of wonder with friends surrounded, the darkest glowing, the water flowing, the endless river.
All right. Great use of the division bell there throughout the song.
That's kind of the trademark of the song and the cornerstone of the album in a way.
Oh, yeah. I also just was very interested seeing David play the slide guitar.
I always love when he plays that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me, too, because it kind of reminded me of like the first Live at Pompeii movie where, Dave was at one point sitting down on the ground. His guitar was on the ground and he's doing all this stuff with the Zippo lighter.
Oh, right. On the strings. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, I think that during Saucer Full of Secrets, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it was Saucer Full of Secrets.
So he had an affinity for it. I was trying to see what kind that is.
Sid used to do that too with the lighter. He used to do the slide guitar with the lighter.
Could very well be that was the inspiration. So that's kind of a carry through.
Yeah.
Inspiration still on stage right at the end of their touring days. So, granted, it's not one of those epic songs that we're familiar with, but I like its construction. Fairly simple, but it's got a lot of integrity to it, to my ear. What was your impression, Adrian?
Well, I thought the solo was pretty good. It's good to hear this. I know for a long time, I kind of feel like I'm not a true Floyd fan only because for a long time I never listened to anything more recent than Dark Side of the Moon because I was into all the really old stuff. But this is good to be hearing this new material as well, or newer material.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, that's pretty much it. That was the end. Even when they put out The River, what was it? The Endless River.
The Endless River, yeah.
I never play that. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's kind of a pastiche of outtake jams and things, and it's nice enough. But I haven't played it since I bought it. But it was all sessions from the Division Bell. So this is truly the end of their career. It's the end of their tour, I believe, just about. And their last productive album. It's a bookmark. It's the end, So with that in mind, too, I mean, I can take a more objective look instead of going, I expected more from Floyd. And there's nothing wrong. Let me make real clear to everybody. There's nothing wrong with being just a Floyd fan of the early stuff. Going up to Dark Side, perhaps. Dark Side seems to be kind of the point where a lot of fans come and go. It's like they might like Dark Side, they might not, but they like everything either after or everything before. I
remember sometimes dealing with people, they think Dark Side of the Moon is Pink Floyd's first album.
We don't even want to go there, but Floyd is...
Yeah, I guess not.
Dark Side is 51 years ago. So, this is ancient history to a lot of people walking around today. It's just
stuff done then and since then is good, I think. I just, I don't know. I had my own bias for a long time, like until maybe a few years ago.
I get it. And I kind of tended to look at them as a little bit inferior. I mean, the David Gilmour led albums, Momentary Lapse and Division Bell. The thing is, though, that I couldn't stand the final cut, which was the last thing that...
I wasn't too crazy about that either, to be honest.
Last thing Roger did with them, and he was basically the tyrant in that, I am a Waters fan, but I don't like the way he conducted himself at the end of the band.
The final cut, the main thing I remember from that is a warnings to you all in one of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
He sings that, and I would imagine him singing, I'm strong to the finish till I eats me spinach.
Well, there were a lot of cultural notes in there, little things.
Yeah, that was all I really thought of the final cut anyway. I haven't listened to it very much. I heard it a bit when it first came out. But
I don't know. I think it's okay for what it is, completely separate of Pink Floyd, like put it out under somebody else's name, fine,
Yeah.
It's really a Waters solo album. Frankly, I liked his actual first solo album better, not including the body, but pros and cons of hitchhiking, that's what it is.
Pros and cons of hitchhiking, you're right.
There's all types of Floyd fans, but what it really comes down to is, how did this music make you feel? Like, was it worth listening to? I mean, I think it was. I enjoy it a lot more now, especially as I've come to accept, you know what? Pink Floyd has an amazing legacy and it's essentially complete. Now, taking it within that context, there's nothing wrong with it. It may not be the thing that I go for first, but there actually might be days I would reach for it and listen to it. It's perfectly respectable and a far sight better than Final Cut. Let's make that both out. Even Momentary Lapse was better than Final Cut, and I think Division Bell was better than Momentary Lapse. So, okay. Anyway, I think most of the audience that watch this is going to know these albums. Perhaps you can give us your impressions down below. And of course, if you saw any of the tours, let us know. If you saw David Gilmour, let us know that too. That'd be interesting. Or Waters. We saw Waters in 2010 doing the Wall tour.
Yeah, that was the first time I started listening to The Wall again, was when I saw that show, and I started listening to the album again more and more.
It was quite the spectacle. It really was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beginning of the show, an airplane crashes onto the stage.
Yeah.
And it gets better from there. Imagine that.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Definitely recommend it if he ever does it again. I'm not sure if he's still, he's not touring it right now, but we'll see. Well, folks, thanks for joining us on this one. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care.
See y'all later.